Hi guys, it is Shalott. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to show you my top 5 spring/summer fragrances, or spring transitioning to summer scents that you probably already own or know somebody who does, so you can test it out and see how you like it. I've been transitioning over, and so that's kind of why I was inspired to make this video. So first, I'm gonna give you a bonus because I'm gonna give you a men's cologne, and that is Giorgio Armani Acqua. Ladies, get this for your man. Men, get this to smell good for your ladies. Or if anyone just likes this kind of like masculine, slightly androgynous type of fragrance, this is probably one of the best, and is much more fresh, sporty, floral, for like aquatic for spring and summer than some other men's fragrances. And this is highly available, like basically anywhere you go. So definitely for you guys out there, go for Giorgio Armani Acqua. Okay, so that was number 1, which means there's going to be 6 really, but who's counting, right? Our number two is On Mon Guerlain, and when this came out, there was kind of a frenzy about it. It is, hold on, it's really lovely. It's sweet, but it's not quite a full gourmand, and I think that it just suits a lot of feminine taste, especially if you like scents like Thierry Mugler Angel, Victor and Rolf Flower Bomb, It's Beautiful Flacon, and it's honestly a really nice offering for Guerlain, especially for their mainstream perfume range. So number 2 would be Mon Guerlain by Guerlain. Number 3 is probably the most difficult to track down of them all, and for that I apologize. It is Dior Addict. Well, you can see my reflection. Dior Addict, the Delice version. It's the peachy colored version, and I know that Sephora does not currently stock this product, which is where I had purchased it, but you can probably find it on either a large department retailer like Macy's or Nordstrom's, or even through like what's what I'm looking for, an outlet, a fragrance outlet retailer like Perfume Mania or Perfume.com might have this. And the reason I choose this is because it has that sensual base like Dior Addict, but it's so light and sweet that it's very inoffensive, especially if you live somewhere that gets quite hot like I do here in Las Vegas. I've only had this about a season, and you can see that I've used up a fair amount because it's really nice, and you can always layer it over a warmer scent if you want to have some stronger impact, and if not, it's beautiful worn on its own, although be warned, it does fade very fastly. I believe this is an eau de toilette. I covered up the bottom with the sticker. I believe it's an eau de toilette. It may be an eau de parfum, but I think it's an eau de toilette, and it doesn't have the greatest lasting power, but it's perfect just to spritz on for like a day at the park or whatever you may be doing. So that was our second/third. The 4th scent that I'm going to talk about, I have to like lean. This is Prada Candy Floral. Now this is the Prada Candy Kiss version, which is simply a smaller, different shape of the Prada Candy. And I didn't know that, and I actually bought this thinking it was something different. And so I actually have two versions of Prada Candy Kiss or Prada Candy Floral. So I'm trying to use up the smaller one first, just because we'll go through it faster. But if you like Prada Candy, I think a lot of people do. Again, it's in that same kind of like caramelly vanilla gourmand fragrance family. And so Prada Candy Kiss takes that that vanilla base and adds a lot of like florals on top. Normally not really my thing, but in this particular fragrance, especially if you pair it with a more musky like base, I don't have it here to show you, but I prefer to put on, I have a very animalistic musky dry oil that I prefer to put on first. That really tones down a lot of the floral and makes it a lot more sensual without being overpowering. So that is number 3/4. You know what? I am so unorganized because I did not plan to do this, but I'm doing it. Number 4/5 is Bvlgari Omnia Cristal. And so this is the Eau de Parfum, and it really, Bvlgari fragrances, to my experience, because I've purchased quite a few of them, don't have a very strong lasting power. But again, this one is like very surprisingly pretty on the skin. It does last for a while. It's not very overwhelming or with a very strong sillage, but you can layer it over a sweeter vanilla base or a muskier base to increase the potency or change a little bit of those base notes to something that you prefer. And that's really a trick that I can go over in a different video if you'd prefer. If you'd like, just let me know, thumbs up, or tell me down in the comments. But this particular scent is just a very lovely floral. It's not like Prada Candy Floral where it's super floral, but it's like a warm floral scent that again is inoffensive and perfect for the weather as it begins to change and get hotter. I will also list down below scent fragrance notes, and so you can have those. And then my final choice is newest to my collection, Chloe Eau de Parfum, and it's just a very beautiful scent. It's sophisticated without being strong, and it's warm without being overpowering. It's very transitional. I feel like this is a fragrance that will really work for most people most times of the year. And so I think I have talked about it several times now because it was in fact my choice from the Sephora favorites perfume selection. I'll link that video. But yeah, this is definitely a beautiful fragrance that I think would work for a lot of people for a lot of the summer months, or the spring and summer months here in the US. It's gonna be spring. I'm in Las Vegas, so it's practically spring already. But yeah, so that's one of the favorites. Since they're here, they're out, and this video isn't that long yet, I will go over a couple more honorable mentions, but please be warned that at least one of them is probably not necessarily budget friendly. The other one is, however, and that is the Urban Decay Go Naked Rollerball. Now, how many of you remember when Urban Decay used to make scented oil products? It was like the same time where they made those flavored body products, the shimmers, the body shimmers, and they made one called Sin, that the closest, like it's almost exact duplicate in Dior Addict. But Go Naked is their first fragrance offering since since pulling those products from their catalog, and it's a really lovely summery scent, especially if you are stuck in the snow somewhere and you're dreaming about a tropical holiday. The Urban Decay Go Naked is just going to take you there. And then finally, we have, I was going to pop the lid off like I was going to sniff it for you, but that doesn't make any sense. Bond number 9, New York City Bryant Park. Again, This is probably not necessarily within everybody's interest or reach of their budget, but it's a lovely scent. It's a lovely feminine floral. I remember, this is an Eau de Parfum. I remember purchasing this because I thought that it was going to be a little bit more musky, and it isn't as musky as I expected it to be. Yeah, it's definitely like green and floral and just a really nice, it makes you feel like you really are walking in a park. Exactly the cheapest. So this is the option if you want to like burn some cash. So everything else I think is either indie fragrances that you can't get anymore or expensive mainstream fragrances that you may not want to bother with. And so there's some fragrance selections to take you into spring and carry you on through the summer months. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.